Everyone, okay, so I collect these things, a little bit of cardboard, which are Pokemon cards. So one thing I do like to do is just display them out in the open. However, one of the questions I've been asking really is, what about the exposure to light and UV? Do they fade? Because in the shops, if they leave them out on the counter for months and months on end, then you can see they start to discolor if they're exposed to sunlight. So there must be an impact of UV. So there's a whole variety of plastic covers you can use for Pokemon cards. There's this very thick, very hard cover, what we call a one-touch. We've got the top loader, which the card slots into, and then we've got a very flimsy, just a very simple plastic cover. So in terms of the top loader, it's magnetic, it opens out, and you just place your card into the central compartment, and then you just put the thing back on and it snaps shut. Okay, so it's obviously not waterproof or anything, but it keeps it nice and secure. So the next one is the what we call the top loader. So the top loader has a little sort of opening in the center, and you just place your card, whether you have a sleeve or not, just into the center. Tap it down and put it nicely in there. You just pry this open and you can get your finger in and just take the card out of the slot. And the last one is what a lot of people call penny sleeves. This is a perfect fit version. It's just a bit of plastic, and the card just slots inside, and that's it. So that's the protection of the card. So actually a lot of people take the card, put it in a plastic sleeve, and then put it into the actual top loader, and that's nicely protected. So how does it fare out in the sun and just exposed in the Singapore atmosphere, where it's very wet, very humid? What's going to happen over a series of weeks and months? So I've done a quick study, and I started on the 1st of August, so it's end of December now, so it's nearly what, 5 months. So a full 4 months has passed by, and what I'm going to do is compare the colors. So firstly, here is a picture of it outside, and this is how it's exposed the sun every single day for the 5 months. So I brought the cards in now, and this is a picture of the cards, and on the top I've actually got this card here, which is the control. So this has been in a dark cupboard, no exposure to any light, and I'll be using this as a comparison to everything else. So the way I've set it up, penny sleeve on the left hand side, facing out, so the picture's facing out. And then I've got the one touch, the hard case with the picture facing out, and then I've got the hard case with the reverse of the card facing out, i.e. this side, and then I've got the top loader with the reverse facing out, the top loader with the picture facing out, and then a fully exposed card, no protection at all, and that's the one on the right hand side. So firstly, the first three pictures here. So the left side is the one with the penny sleeve, the middle one is the control, and the right hand side is with the hard case. You can see actually just below the words branch poke, you can see on there, on the left hand card, 2 different shades of green. Well, that's actually where the card has been sitting on the ledge outside, and the metal has covered the lower part. So that lower part, there's no discoloration, no fading. So that just confirms that using one of these plastic sleeves, no protection to light at all. So that card is the absolute worst of them all, I think. That's very much whitewashed. You can see here the 2 different colors here, the bottom part, which is still a little the normal green, and the top is a whitewashed green. Thwacky itself, the character is a lighter green than the original. So this is the original. You can see actually the camera does pick up the 2 different colors. So the green's different, the yellow on the edge, just along here, the yellow on the edge is also faded on this actual exposed card. Now, when I compare with this card, so this card has been facing out in the hard case, and actually comparing the two is very little difference. In terms of the green color, I would say they're virtually identical. Possibly very slight difference in the yellow on the edge, but only a tiny smidgen. That could just be the variation in the card colors themselves originally. So I actually should have taken pictures at the start so that we can compare, but maybe I'll repeat this a second time and look at the phases of the color change. Okay, so the hard case I think actually does do a very good job at protecting against fading of color. Okay, so the next one is the reverse. So the reverse of the hard case, and actually if I look at the reverse of the control, it's virtually identical, and I don't know if there's a slight difference in the white of the ball. I'd say the control maybe not as white, so maybe the exposed card is slightly whitewashed, not really conclusive. And this one is the top loader, and against the control, and I think again very slightly. You can see this is what I'd call a little bit more gray than this one. It looks a bit more yellowy color, but everything else looks virtually the same. Okay, and then comparing against the top loader facing out, so that's this one here, and comparing against the control, you can see here there's a very slight difference in the green and also the yellow. So very small difference, not too much. So actually, based on this, I would say that the top loader is definitely not fully protective. You can see a very slight change in both the green and the yellow. Okay, and if I take the control, actually the card itself is very dirty. So this is totally exposed to the elements, and you can see that it's virtually the same as the penny sleeve, so the one with a little bit of plastic. This one, sitting on the right hand ledge, has been moving about in the wind a lot more, so maybe the reason why the color change along the bottom is not as stark and not as prominent. So, but you can see there is still a color change at the bottom, a little bit of difference, but overall, comparing against the control here, yeah, all the green is very different, the yellow also very different. Okay, so I think that's very conclusive, that the sleeves do protect against damage from UV, and I'm going to need to maybe do some small, more gradual changes over time, rather than just doing the whole 5 months. I did take a picture after about a month, but the difference is actually not very much. You can't really tell the difference. So, and yeah, the first and second month couldn't really see very much, so I just carried on and just left it and forgot about it for 5 months. So that's where we are today. So as a collector, when you display your cards, I think you do need to protect it somehow. With your 3 options here, obviously you do need the plastic sleeve as standard anyway. If you just display it using the top loader, it's not going to be as protective. If you use the thick case, the thick plastic, whatever it's made of, then it's going to be a lot more protective, and yeah, it keeps it nice and clean as well because it's nicely sealed. So Definitely don't leave it exposed. It will discolor over time. It's very extreme, I do admit. It's the full sun blaring constantly every single day. So I hope you found that useful. I definitely will repeat this study. Maybe doing some comparisons every month or so, or every couple of months. And I might extend the study into sacrificing what we call the hollow cards. So whether I use a reverse hollow or main hollow. Let me see how many spare cards I've got, and then we can see what is the impact onto the hollow foil, and I might sort of just narrow it down. I think the middle cards, where we saw there's no difference on the dark side, I probably won't expose that. So it'll probably just be exposure to the front face cards. Hopefully you found that useful. If you did, like and subscribe. See you next time.